Welcome back to Network Africa. Well, this might be the 21st century, but countries like Kenya are still very picky about discussing certain life matters with children. One of those topics is sex education. However, an innovation challenge recently launched in the country is looking for ways to harness the power of technology to provide comprehensive sexual health education to young people who may not have had access to reliable information within the country's conservative culture.
At a self-help center in Kenya's capital, Nairobi, young mothers and women living with HIV learn that the circumstances do not determine the future. They do. The group trains girls and women in various skills that return an income like beadwork and tailoring. It also counsels members and gives them information about sex that many never had.
Abstinence, we talk about abstinence, and if you cannot abstain, what do you do? Because you find you talk about abstinence every day and then they come back and tell you, no teacher, even though you talk about abstinence, I cannot abstain, I have a boyfriend, I have to feel free. So you just introduce the talk of the condoms and then the contraceptives, yeah.
In Kenya's conservative society, sex education and family planning have sparked major debates, with many members of religious groups opposed to introducing comprehensive sexual health education to young teenagers. Kenya is committed to improving access to sex education among youths during the London Summit on Family Planning in 2012. Politicians introduced a sexual health bill in 2014, but public outcry from conservative groups made it difficult for the legislators to pass the bill. The United Nations Population Fund recently partnered with organizations like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to brainstorm new ways of providing sexual health information and family planning services to young Kenyans. Their efforts to include conservative opponents in the planning process have made some impact. Pastor David Opoti, a religious leader, says he now openly discusses family planning with his congregation.
And those values that need to be observed, I think we need to be included in forming that curriculum or policies on sexual education, especially whereby the church is involved and also the conservative is involved, because we have the religious values, we have also the cultural values that are there. And we all say that this problem is affecting all of us. We are not safe. It's affecting all of us because we hide, we don't speak about it, but our children are doing something. Sexual at the early child age.
Recent government data shows that 70% of Kenya's population is under the age of 35. Up to 29,000 young people aged between 15 and 24 are infected with HIV annually, and 1 in 5 teenage girls and mothers, with some 13,000 dropping out of school each year to raise children.
Well, finally, on the program, there's no going back on the war against corruption. This is coming from the President, Muhammadu Buhari, who was speaking at the banquet hall of the presidential villa on the occasion of breaking the Muslim fast with physically challenged and internally displaced people in Abuja. He stressed his determination to recover all stolen funds, saying whoever dares him will pay the consequences.
What do we buy with those billions we have been earning? We are not able to fix NEPA, the railway lines. We are just signing contract to get them done by the Chinese, as well as the roads, and no drinking water or whatever. What have we been doing with this money? Some of the answers are coming back by the number of very, very important personnel that are now in detention with indisputable evidence. There was no the evidence from their institutions to their bank accounts, either here or outside the country. We have mismanaged what resources we got. This government is determined that will be transparent and accountable, and whoever dares us will suffer the consequences. It's not a mere threat, because we are here as Nigerians. We are entitled to the good services from the Nigerian Treasury. according to our status in the society. So it is very, very unfortunate that some members of the elite are so self-centered that they only know themselves. Please, I want you to bear in mind from today that we care about you on a daily basis, and that we will try to make sure that we improve the medical care and other services so that you spend less time looking for treatment or looking for sympathy from people.
And that's it on Network Africa today. Thank you so much for watching. I am BC Adebayo.